Sunday, everyone. I wanted to talk about this beautiful official reissue 50th anniversary Chanel in the size 226 size. It's called the Reissue 2.55. My name is Jennifer. I would love it if you subscribe. Please hit the like button. I appreciate it. And always hit that little notification bell at the bottom so you know when my next video has been uploaded. I adopted this beautiful 50th anniversary Chanel reissue bag from Tabby Violet, and I wanted to get enough information about her to really kind of give you more than just why I love this bag. If you remember, I tried the Chanel Jumbo twice and it just hurt my shoulder and actually hurt my back every time I used the Chanel Jumbo. This is the perfect Chanel bag. There is a really good, her review is really good when she was wanting to sell her. Also, there's my favorite one, and I saved it in my Chanel videos, is by Super Daycup. He actually has 2 videos, I think, about this bag. So why don't we get into why this bag is so important historically. I am a collector of luxury designer bags, and as you know, about a month ago, I told you guys I am done. My collection's fine. I want to save money, and I don't want to buy any more bags. So my channel will always be about appreciating these bags for the history behind them and the workmanship. This is from the Chanel Fashion House, and it is a reissue 2.55. This means that Karl Lagerfeld wanted to reissue this bag. The original bag, they try to pattern it and replicate the bag that Coco Chanel first designed in February of 1955. Isn't that interesting? So the 50-year anniversary came around in February of 2005, and Karl Lagerfeld, who has now since passed away this past year, reissued it. So bags like this are only officially supposed to be called the Reissue 2.55 if they were made in the year of 2005. This is in the calfskin leather with gold hardware. It has the Mademoiselle Lock instead of the CC lock, and it has still the Mona Lisa smile on the back. Super Daycup says that probably the original bag that Coco Chanel used was just a tad smaller. This size, which is in the 2.55, is also called the 226. And it is between the sizes of the Chanel Classic Double Flap Medium and Jumbo. So it's between those two. I can fit so much more in this than the classic Chanel Double Flaps. The leather is just softer, everything's more pliable. The bottom is not hard. So I'll go through the next, well, we'll still go through the history, and then the next thing will be the differences that I've noticed between this and the classic double flap. The history behind the quilting is that this was the quilting that Coco Chanel always admired equestrian life. So she really liked the stable hands vests and how they were quilted. So in her classic flaps, she designed the bag to have quilting. Next, the chains reminded her of, she was an orphan. This reminded her of the nuns' rosaries that they wore around their necks. Another part of the history is that these have etched flowers in them. On my Instagram, you'll see it from Jen with Hope. I was able to capture some of these. This is from 2005, so you can tell that the gold has worn off, and also the gold has worn off here as well. So on the lock, you'll see that the silver is showing through because the gold was just plated on top of the base of silver. She was the first woman to design a bag that could be worn on the shoulder instead of always handheld or in the crook of the arm. So this can be worn both long ways, and you can either have the front or the back showing. I usually have it like this so it sits closer to my body, or you can double the strap up and wear it. On the inside, so again, this is the Mademoiselle Lock, and it has Chanel engraved on the bottom there. This is the Mademoiselle Lock, which is the rectangular lock, and it has a few etchings in there. And when you lift the bag, you can see the aged calfskin texture up here, which I really love. The craftsman of this made even the screws facing the same way. This is always going to be a flat screw head, not a Phillips 4 thing screw. It's always flat. And mine is close to being angled the same way. This is the secret pocket that Coco Chanel kept all of her love letters from Boy Chappelle, her boyfriend. She never married in her life. And it has burgundy lining on the back, or on the inside, and the pocket doesn't go down, it just goes up. I noticed that this is actually, well, we'll go into that in the differences in just a little bit. Back to the history, she wanted the burgundy color because this was the color of her orphanage uniforms. This is the anniversary 50th edition, so this was made in February of 1955. Originally, that was the bag Coco Chanel, Gabriella Chanel designed, and Coco was just her nickname. And then it was reissued in 2005, brought back to life by Karl Lagerfeld. There's the CC etched in, and the entire inside is burgundy as well. The front pocket has burgundy, and the Made in France Chanel is on the main compartment front. So main compartment in the front. That's where it says Chanel Made in France. And Super Day Cup does say that it does make a difference whether it's made in France or made in Italy, and I do agree, because that was where the original factories are. This is the snap that holds the inside flap down, and it says Chanel. It says Chanel Paris right there. And there's the Mademoiselle Lock. So this is a double flap. He said not to use anything back here, it'll just destroy it. It's just because they needed this place to have the double flap, and you don't want to destroy that. This helps the bag maintain its shape so that you have more of a curved you won't lose its structure over time, and when you don't, it has pointy. This bag is meant to have this fold down like this, so the bottom is not sagging. It's meant to be stored flat. So it actually has a fold right here. And when Tabby Violet sold me this, it came in such amazing packaging. And it came with a little thank you card and everything. I put it on my Instagram, From Jen with Hope, if you want to check that out. There's one crease right in the middle, and that's normal. So only these are quilted and puffy, and the bottom is not. The back pocket, she put burgundy lining back here as well. Some bags, Super Day Cup said, have black on the inside, and he's not sure why they decided to do certain years that way for the reissue. So I don't know if it's all the reissues or maybe the 226s that are made after 2005, because officially you're not supposed to call them a reissue unless it was made in the year of 2005. Now we're going to go into the differences between this Chanel Reissue 2.55 and the Chanel Classic Double Flap Jumbo. The differences I've noted is the back pocket is slightly smaller and a little bit down ways. I can still fit my iPhone 7 Plus in there. This has a loopy case in it. I have a picture of my husband. And I just fit my phone in here. I know a lot of people cringe because it can stretch it out, but I enjoy using bags, even these like this, because I want the bag to be used and loved. So I'll take that out. This bag holds a lot. When you open the bag, so another difference with the classic flaps and the reissue is that this lock is now Mademoiselle and the classic flaps are the CCs. And I opened the bag up. This secret pocket in the classic flaps is a little bit higher, and also this flap in the Reissue 2.55 is a little bit shorter. So in the classic flaps, they actually do go up to about here. This little extra double flap goes up just a little bit more. He brought up a really neat point. When you're looking at the stitching here, it should really be this direction and then wrapped around horizontally as well. When you're looking at the quality, they can be authentic, but he said you really want one that's a good workmanship from a Chanel workman that has, or what do you call them? These Chanel tradesmen, the ones that are really experienced will take the time. So I'll link the video below. It's such a great video. Okay, on to the differences again. So this in the Reissue 2.55 is just a little bit shorter than in the classic. And this is a lot stretchier. The lambskin is similar, but this reissue is this holds so much more. The capacity of this for me was so much easier. It's almost like owning the Gucci Marmont medium flap. It's very similar to that feel. Whenever you open the front, that's really stretchy as well. And it still has the two pockets for the Chanel cosmetic cases, blush cases, and eyeglass or eyeshadow cases, and one for Chanel lipstick, just like in the Chanel double flap classic, except this just is stretchier and holds so much more. So those are the differences. The things I have right now are the Chanel Eau coin purse, my Louis Vuitton 6-ring key clay, rose quartz crystal from my friend Jen, and Chanel lip gloss. In the front pocket, I have Louis Vuitton card holder, notes and checks, and now the bag is completely empty. If I wanted to put a water bottle in here, it does fit. So I can actually fit a 16-ounce water bottle in here. Let me show you. We'll put everything back in. And that's what I mean. This is completely a wonderful bag that I was able to get because, you know, in my journey of the Chanel flaps, I could never use a jumbo. And then the medium was too small. And I was just stuck, and I even tried the boy bag. Remember, the boy bag was really good, but still it just didn't fulfill that, like, I needed that history behind it. Okay, put all that back in here. So I'm gonna find, where's it? Oh, let me get the water bottle. Okay, I've got a 16-ounce water bottle. This is what I mean. It's very similar to the Gucci Marmont flap, where I can put everything in here, and look at this. Seriously, fits. Boom. And it's still light. This is not heavy, so these chains are not heavy. The only problem that I see with this chain is that sometimes it gets twisted, and so it can be a little bit annoying. Let me see if I, oh, like that. That's the only thing I've noticed about these chains, is that they can get twisted like this, and so then I just untwist them. But that's the only thing. Well, I'm really glad that I was able to show her off. Hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you again for watching. Bye.